Hello and welcome back guys to another video, and in today's video I will be discussing about classes, everything about classes as I mentioned here. So I will show you how we can define class, how you can create a class, then I will show you that how you can create object using those classes, then you will understand the concept of attributes, and you will also understand the concept of method inside a class. After that, when I will create method and attribute, then you will also we know that how you can access those attributes and method inside main function, because main function, the main necessary is that people also know that how they can create a class, but people don't know that how they can access the attributes and methods which they have defined inside a class. They don't know that how to access those in main function, so the confusion comes here. So I will also clear all the confusion of you that how this works is very similar to functions. Just like you use function, you will also be using classes everywhere. So class is not a very tough topic, but I will recommend you that if you don't have any basic knowledge about programming language, so I will recommend you to watch my previous videos, or you can find the link in I button, so you can go via that and see all the basics programming language of Python. Then you can easily understand this topic. Otherwise no previous knowledge is necessary, as I am saying, so you can easily understand the classes concept. So after these videos you will know everything about classes as I mentioned here. So you will see how you can use self keyword as well. You can see how you can pass some values inside main function, because when some passing value, if you want to pass a value from main function, because usually when we create program we create user defined function, so we take input from the user, so we cannot take input in classes. Like it will be good to you if you use parameters and you use the input in main class, then you use that then you use that variables inside classes, so it will be very easy to access that variables. That's why I'm saying that you can easily understand that how you can pass those value from main function to classes objects. And you can also do extra thing, like I will also show you that how you can document the classes, because document is also important. I will show you not for the basics knowledge, but when you will create some high classes, some for other people's, not for your purpose, then you have to it's good to document the functions and document the classes, document the methods, everything will you document, so it will be easy for people to understand that what this function is saying and what are these meanings. Okay, so it will be good for other people, so other people will also know that how you can code. And also it is always a good idea to use comment. If you don't know how to document a class, so you can just comment and you can make the program better for others to understand. And here I am using Jupyter Notebook. So it is an online Jupyter Notebook, which you can also use. I will provide the link in the description, or you can just Google try Jupyter and you will find the same link in the top of Google result. Okay, and one more thing I would like to say you that you don't need to write or copy and paste this program. When I will write this program, you just have to understand this. Okay, don't just try to copy and paste, just try to understand the logic behind the classes, behind these functions and attributes and methods. Just try to understand this only, and after this I will provide you the notebook as well. You can find the notebook link in the description, and you can go to my GitHub profile, then you can just access via online, or you can even download that notebook for your personal use. Try to understand the logic behind the classes, behind these attributes and methods. Don't just copy and paste. Okay, so let's start the video, and I will show you everything from the beginning. Like as I mentioned, first I will show you that how you can define a class. Then after defining all the thing, I will also show you how you can document these classes and these methods as well. So let's get started. If you are new here, I will ask you to please subscribe the channel, and if you find this video helpful, you can also like, and if you have any doubts, then you can also comment in the section. Okay, first let's check that if its IDE is working or not. Okay, so I will say print hello everyone. So as you can see that I have got the output hello everyone. It means that this IDE is working. Okay, so I will show you that how you can create a class first. So I will comment here, create a class or define a class. So how you can create a class? So you can create a class using class keyword. So class keyword is a keyword in Python. So you just have to write class and then your class name, and after that you can create all the things which you want to create inside a class. So let's say here you can see that it is also created, class name is also created, but here I am also it is just like dummies, so you can use this syntax for creating class. So now that I want to create a class human, let's say I want to create a class human, so I will say class human, and then I will create a class and I will pass. So now human class has been created. Now you can make object using this human class. Okay, so this is the basic syntax of how you can create a class, and you can also create a class using this. Sometimes you must have seen that class humans and object. So here you can see that I am passing object parameter inside this. So what is this used for? So by default it is already accessing using parameters attributes object here, but here I am not defining. It doesn't mean that it is not using this object classes here, but by default it is already using. So when you don't use, you don't have to worry about this, if whether you want to include this or don't want to include this. It is only up to you. You can include it, otherwise by default it is already included. So is there a difference between both these classes? No, there is no difference between any of these classes. This classes and this class both are the same. But if you want to inherit some class, just like when you will use inheritance properties, I will show you in the next video that how you can use inheritance properties. Inheritance is a properties, or you can say that it is a method where you can copy the attributes and methods of the other classes, just like parent and child. So parent have some functions, some method, then you can easily inherit those methods, those variables, all the things from one class to another. So it is also a good concept, so I will show you in the next video. But here you just have to understand the classes concept first, because then you will not have a clear idea about classes, one class, then how will you understand that how you can inherit those classes. So it is very basic idea, so understand the classes. So now you have understand how you can create a class, okay, how you can define class. So this is same thing, how you can create or how you can define. Now how you can use those classes and create an object. So let's say I want to create a class human again. It is already created, even I will use here. Let's say you want to create an object h1, and h1 I will say that h1 dot name, and here you have to name one more thing, that this is the main function. Okay, if whether you can use main function just like this, if name equal to main, and then you can create here h1 object, or you can simply just use here, it is also known as main function. Okay, so it is, you are not doing here separately, but if you will use here, that then it will be compiled here in the same id. It is the logic in Python, so it is again another logic, but I am not discussing here. So whether you can use here h1 or you can use here h1, it is only up to you. Okay, so now let's say that I want to create a object h1. So I will first create h1 is equal to, now how you can create a class, how you can create a class h1 and then equal class name. So I will say human, and here I am not passing any parameter, because here you can see that I have not defined any constructor, any init method, and not using any parameters here. So if you will use attributes or parameters here inside the constructor method, then you have to pass some values here as well, but here I am not passing any values, so it is not necessary. Now I will say that, let's say I create a new variable for object, new attributes for object. So I will say h1 dot name, and here I will say name is equal to AR. Now I will also say that h1 dot age, and age will be, I will say that 20. And now when you will print, when you will print h1 dot age or h1 dot name, so you can say that I will print, it will print name AR, and if you will print h1 dot age, it will print 20. So let's run this and let's see. Here you can see that AR and 20. So I have created classes, and here as you can see that I am defining attributes of those classes from the main function. Okay, here you can see that I have created variables h1 dot name, and here I have used AR. But one more thing you have to remember every time, that when you will create attributes or when you will create method and use that in main function, it will always be associated with classes. So here you can see that h1 is my class. So here name is already associated with h1, age is already associated. It is not simple as is. Name and h1 dot name are not same. You cannot access name of that variables. Like suppose I will say print name, it will not print, it will show me error, because here you can see that name is not defined, so it is not same. So you have to remember this thing, that when you will use any attributes or method of a class, so you have to use the variables. Okay, so you have understand how you can create custom method. So why it is necessary to create constructors inside the classes. Now here let's come to that point. So here you can see that when I have created name, so here I have to associate name h1 dot name is equal to. Now let's say if you want to take input from the user. Okay, so I will say that here let's create h2, and now I will say h2 dot name is equal to input from the user. Okay, and whether you want to give some message that enter your name, so you can do that as well. Enter the name, and let's run this. Here it will ask me for give one value, so I will say Danish, and here when I will enter, here you can see oops. Okay, so here you can see that I have used print here, so and here I am using h1 dot name, that's why it is printing AR. So here I will take h2, and I am not providing age, or if you want to provide age, h2 dot age, you can also create that. Okay, and let's say let's give age 23. Now let's run this, and here it will ask me the name, and I will give name Danish, and here you can see that Danish and 23. So here I have passed values from the input, but every time you will enter the input, you have to create variables like this. Here you can see h2 dot name, h2 dot age. So maybe sometimes it you will misspell something, so it will very hard for every time. You don't have to write this h2 dot name, you can just simply use name, and you can use just like you wanted, because people don't like name associating with variables, because nobody want to create variables like this h2 dot name. So you just wanted to like name is equal to input, and then what if you wanted like this, that you have taken input in the variables name in name, and now you want to access this variables and create an object using classes that you have defined the classes. So here comes the concept of constructor. That's why we use constructor. You don't have to use constructor, you can easily define all these things here as well, just like associating with classes. But when you will create constructor, it will be separate. So now let's create another classes. Okay, let's run this, let's enter anything, whatever. Okay, and now let's create another class, and I will say human2. Okay, and now here I'm not using in parameters, so I will say, and here I will create constructor. So how you can create constructor? You have to use init function. Init function is by default function, and now we have to use self keyword. Self keyword is very similar to this keyword. So when you will be accessing any attributes of the classes, so you have to always associate that with self keyword. So now I will say that self dot name is equal to AR. Now I am creating attributes. You can say that I am creating self dot name inside in human2 classes. So now I will say self dot age is equal to 21. Now let's create another object. So I will say h3, and h3 is equal to, I will say human2. Human2. Okay, now h3 is an object of class human2. Now I will print these things. So I will print name and age. So now let's run this, and let's say if we can access those value from the classes to main function or not. So here I will say h3 dot age and h3 dot name, and now you can see that here I am using AR, and let's change this name to AR Danish, and let's change this age to 19. Okay, and now you can see that AR Danish and 19. So I am accessing the values from the classes. So you also know that how you can access the value. Now let's create variables that we have to pass few parameters here, and you can use those in the constructor. So I will show you also this concept. So let's run again here, and now here I will pass the parameters, some parameters. So I will say name, and I will say age, and now you have seen these types of function already. Okay, this type of method and examples already, but people don't understand that why these are using. So I will clear this thing. So now I will say self dot name is equal to name, and self dot age is equal to age. As you can see that here I have defined self dot name to AR Danish, but here I am defining self dot age to name. So whatever you will pass in the parameter, it will take that input. So now when I will create h3, let's create this human3. Let's say this class name human3, and let's say also human3. Here I will say h4. Okay, and now if I will access this, so it might show me error because I have not passed any value. See here you can see that whatever you will use in the init method, here you can see that after when you can exclude the self keyword. okay. And after excluding self keyword, you will see that two variables are here. One parameter is name and the second parameter is age. So you have to pass few parameters here. So I will say that now I will create a name, and let's say name is Shan. Okay, now I will also create a age. You can use any name here, you don't have to use the similar name. You can use name DADAD or age DADAD, okay, whatever you prefer. It's just like you are using main function, main function, you can use any variables, just don't use keyword, okay, otherwise it will get complicated. So now I will have created h4 human 3, but here if I will run, it will show me error because I have to pass this value inside object class also. So let's run this first, and here you can see that error and missing two record positional arguments, name and age. So name and age is missing here, so I have to provide those parameters. So I will say here name DADAD, and here is DADAD. And now if I will run, you will see the output of human 3 as attributes name. Okay, so here you can see that I have no attribute name. Why it is not here? I have used name as well. So now if I will run that, here you can see that Shan and 234 is not a good. So let's say 24. So here you can see that Shan and 24. You can even customize this by using object name is. So here I will say that name is h4.name, and here I will say that age is h4.age. Here you can see that name is Shan and age is 24. So here you can see that I am passing values from the main functions to the classes and then accessing the classes value in the main function. So here I have used name, and here you can even use parameters just like input from the user as well. So I will say that let's say name will be from the input and age will also be from the input, okay. So here name input, and here age will be an integer, so I will say integer input input, okay. Now let's run this. It will ask me for name, so I will say Kavya, and then I will give me name, so I will give 18, and then here you can see that name is Kavya and age is 18. So you can even use user input function, user input, and then you can pass those parameters in the object classes, and then you can access this in the print function. So here you can see the concept here. Say what I am doing here is I am creating variables and passing passing values from the input values, okay. Then I am also passing age values from the input, and then I am accessing these values in the classes method, and then from classes method then again I am accessing these values which I have passed into classes using inside the main function. So this is the concept how you can pass your values inside the main function, then you can access that. You can even use input in the main function as well, okay. That is another topic, but I will not discussing that earlier. So now I will say that let's say that now what I want is I want to create this. Is it necessary to give same name to these variables? So it is not necessary, guys, okay. But it is recommended. It is general idea to use the same name, but it is not recommended. You can use any name here and you can access this name variable, but it should be the same. Here you can see, because I am accessing the value name here, so these variables and this variable should be same, but it should not be same. Self.name should not be same. We can use it as well name class, okay. Let's say, and here I will say age class. But now if you will access this, it will show you error, because here you can see h4.name, so object had no attributes name, so it will show me error. Now let's run this, and let's pass name here Danish, and let's say 2033, okay. So here you can see that attribute error has no attribute name. So why it is happening? Because here you can see that I can access this name using name class attribute. So here instead of using name, you have to use name class, and here you have to use age class as well. So let's run this again, and whatever name you will provide, and then 23. So here you can see that name is Danish DCH, and you can even say that dot title here, so it will always show with the first letter capital, okay. Whatever I will enter, and here you can see that name is Adifia and age 23. So you have understand that it is not necessary to use the same name, but it is a general idea. I'm already saying that it is a general idea to use the same name, because sometimes you will get confused when you will pass this value and when you have to access the name. So you can see that name was the parameter you passed, but when you will access this you have to use name class. So it will be very tough, for sometimes you will get some new values because you will mistype that, because it is general convention to use that. That's why I'm saying that use the same name, not use these types of logic. But I have already showed you that you can even use this. Okay, you don't have to, you have don't to always use the same name. It is not necessary, guys. Okay, so you can remove that. Okay, let's say human 4. Now I have come to 4 classes. Now you already understand that how you can pass the values inside the main function, how you can access the main function, etc. Okay, now let's see that how you can create a method inside a class. Okay, so method is just simple a function, but it is always associated with class. That's why it is, oops, okay, I tapped it very fast. Okay, don't be so fast. Okay, now let's run this again. See, it is irritating to use input from the user, so you have already understand that you can even use input from the user, or you can use your own input. So now I will not be using any input from the user. I will create my own input. Name will be, let's create another class. Okay, let's change this name to employee. Let's say I want to create a class employee, and I want to name employee name, employee ID, employee salary, etc. So whatever you want to name, whatever you want to prefer, you can customize that. So I want first employee ID, I will say employee ID, then I will say employee name, then I will say employee salary, and other thing, whatever thing you want to. And here I will say self.emp id is equal to emp id. Okay, and here I will say that self.emp name is equal to emp name, and here I will say self.emp salary is equal to emp salary. Okay, now I have to create some object using that employee class. So let's create few objects. Let's say I want to create employee 1, and employee 1 will be employee. Okay, and here I have to pass few parameters. So I will pass some, let's say name, employee name. Let's create id is equal to id1 is equal to 1, and name 1 is equal to Rakesh Kumar, and let's say salary 1 is equal to 5,000. Okay, and now I will pass these parameters inside this method, inside the classes. So I will say id1, because as you can see that here I have to pass 3 parameters. I've already told you that you have to exclude self keyword, so you don't have to use self keyword. Now I will say id1, and then I will pass name 1, I will pass salary 1. Okay, 3 parameters has been passed. Now it will already created classes. Now I want to access this, so you can simply that you can call those functions. So I will say print employee1 dot name. Let's first check that. Okay, now I will continue. Oops, there is no name, it's employee name. So now it will show me Rakesh Kumar. Okay, so now I want to create few method here inside the class which will be very relevant to you. So now let's say I will check that if some salary, if the given salary is higher, so I will say that okay, you have a good salary. Otherwise, if at a given range the salary is not up to that range, so I will say that okay, your salary is not much higher. So I will create a method check salary, and here you have always associate self keyword. Okay, you can even not use that, it is up to you, but it is recommended that you use self keyword. Okay, and now let's say I want to check that if salary is greater than 10,000, that I will say that okay, your salary is good. Otherwise I will say that your salary is not good. So I will here check that if self dot salary, and here when you will access this salary, so you have to use this parameter. Okay, self dot employee salary, not here this parameter. If you will change the self dot employee salary to this, so you have to use self dot salary WEFE, not employee salary. It will not be able to access this. You have to access using this keyword. Okay, this value, this variables. So I will let's remove this. Okay, don't get confusion. And I want to access employee salary. So I will say that if employee self dot employee salary is greater than 10,000. Okay, so if it is greater than 10,000, then I will say that print, okay, your salary is good, okay, your salary is good. Otherwise I will print that else I will print your salary is not good. And let's run this again. Now I am not printing any name or this something like this, because we have already understand that how you can print name or something like this. So here I will check only cell, okay, or you can even print name here. You can say okay instead of okay. Let's first run this method, then I will show you again and how you can change it. So I will say that emp dot, if you want to access the method, so you don't have to print, because as we are already saying that it is already printing, so you just have to access the method. So I will say employee1 dot check salary, okay, and just run this, because here you can see the salary is not using any attributes. So I will just use functions, not pass any attributes, and when I will run that, then you can see that your salary is not good, because salary is 5,000. But if you will say 50,000, then you will run, then you can say that okay, your salary is good. But if you want to print your name here, so I will say that here, let's say that it will print name, that suppose Rakesh salary is, so I will say that Rakesh salary is good, okay. So here I can remove your here, so I will say that Rakesh Kumar, and then I will say your salary is good, okay. And here I will also access the name, so I will say self dot name, and then I will say your salary is not good, okay. Now let's run this again, and you will see that Rakesh Kumar, your salary is good. So let's run this again. Okay, I have not passed comma here and here as well. Let's run this again, and let's attribute name. Oops, why I am using name? Okay, see, it is already confusing, creating confusion, because I have always associated with emp name, and here I have to use emp name, okay. So you have to keep these things in mind while you create classes. So here you can see that Rakesh Kumar, your salary is not good. Even if you want to omit the space between these two, so you can use plus here, and let's run this again, and you can see that Rakesh Kumar, your salary is good. And when you will say again that 5,000, then it will show me that Rakesh Kumar, your salary is not good. So you have already understand that how you can create method, and you can customize those methods. But what if you want to pass parameters or pass some values from the main function, and use those values to check whether salary is greater or not? You don't want to depend on this init method, so you can even do that. So let's create again the classes, okay. Now what I want is, I want to pass salary value from directly to the method here. Directly I want to pass from into the method, not from the object. So it is always a good idea to pass all those values in a class object, and then you can use that. But if you want, you can use that, but it's recommended you pass all those values. If it is necessary, then you can pass this inside a constructor. It will be good, it will be recommended. But if you want to use here, let's say I want to check here salary, so I will say salary, and you can use any name here, okay. So I will just simply use salary, and I will remove salary from here, because I don't want to pass 3 parameters. I will only pass names, and I will only pass employee ID. So I can also remove this, and let's say I want to pass salary, and here you don't have to associate with classes, okay. Now you are not dependent classes, you are simply dependent salary. So you can see that if given salary is greater than 10,000, then you can see that your salary is good. Otherwise it will print your salary is not good. You can still access your name here. As you can see that it is getting very complex, so you don't have to confuse. Just focus on these things and see how it works. So here I am passing salary, and now instead of passing here salary 1, I will not pass here. I will remove here, and then I will pass here, and then I will run. Then you can see that Rakesh Kumar, your salary is not good. Even you can print your salary, and then if you want to print salary, what is the salary, okay. So you can even say that your salary, and then I will say salary, your salary, that it is so that your salary is 5,000 or 10,000 or whatever it is. So it will show me that your salary is not good. So let's run it again, and here you can use the same. Wait a minute, okay. Let's run it again and see if it is good or not. So here you can see the Rakesh Kumar, your salary 5,000 is not good, okay. 5,000 is not good. okay, or salary 5,000 in output. So here you can see the Rakesh Kumar's salary 5,000 is not good, but if you will say 50,000, then it will show that Rakesh Kumar's salary is good. And what if you want to create two objects? So why class is used? See, class is used because you don't have to write same thing multiple times. That's why classes and functions are defined, because you can easily access, you can create in the classes. So every time you don't have to pass these parameters, you can simply pass these parameters inside the object as well. So I will not, when I will create employee 2, then I will not pass value, I will not create variable like this, I will already pass values directly from here. So let's say I want to give name, so I will say that name will be Joseph. Okay, so I will say Joseph, and not name, oops, it should be ID, so ID will be 2, and then I will say Joseph. Okay, and now if I will check that Joseph, and I have to pass salary as well, so I will say salary 2, or don't have to define salary 2 as well. Here I will pass directly value, so I will say its salary is, let's suppose 15,000, so I will say 15,000, and let's run it again. So it should run two value. Okay, employee 2 dot check salary and employee 1 dot check salary as well. So first I will check employee 1 dot check salary, and here I will be passing salary 1, and here I will be passing salary 2. Okay, let's run this again and let's see what is the output. So here you can see the Rakesh Kumar, your salary 50,000 is good, and Joseph, your salary 50,000 is good. So here you can see that for the salary is good, but what if I will say that its salary is 9,000. So it will show me that Rakesh Kumar's salary is 50,000 is good, Joseph, your salary 9,000 is not good. So here you can see that even you can pass this value directly in the object, or you can create variables, store that value in the variables, then you can use that. So it is only up to you. Whatever you have already been using in the main function, you can still do that. Okay, it is not very tough, it is very similar to function, it is not very hard. I am already showing you all these things because you already understand multiple things inside the classes. You can easily understand, you have easily understand how you can use how you can create method inside the class, how you can use construction inside class, how you can use self keyword. So these are the basic things which I will already understand. But what if you want to use the value inside the class, use variables inside the class, whether you can use or not, so you can still use that as well. So what if I will say that I will not pass any value here, I will create a variable salary is equal to 2500. So some people get confused that do I have to use self dot salary every time inside a class? No, it is not recommended, but you can use, it is only up to you. But even you can use those variables just like the function as well. So here I am creating salary 25,000, I will not pass any value in the salary. Okay, so both output will be the same. Let's remove this, let's remove all this, and let's run it again. And here you will see that Rakesh Kumar, your salary 25,000 it goes, Joseph, your salary 25,000 is good. So here you can see that even I have created a classes, I have created a variables. Okay, attributes, it is inside a method, so it is attribute, but I am using these variables inside a main function, and you can even call that. So it is not always necessary to associate that with salary. Now let's say if you want to create a variables inside this constructor method, and you want to use that inside this salary method, so whether you can do that or not. So let's check that as well. So here you will also understand, because see, let's make these things complex. Okay, so now I will remove salary from here, and here I will pass this salary same. Oops, I copies that value. Now I will say that let's say salary is equal to 10,000, not 10,000, it was 25,000, so I will say 25,000. Okay, now if you will access this in the method check salary, it will show me error. Let's run it again, and here you can see that name salary is not defined. Why? Because you have already know that scope of variables is inside this method only, so you will not be able to access this check salary inside here. So if you want to use that, you have to always associate with self dot keyword. Okay, so now if I will say self dot keyword, and here I will say self dot salary, so now it will work. So now if you will run this again, then you will see that oops, salary self dot salary is equal to 25,000. Why it is not accessing? Okay, here you can see that it is a shift salary, so I have to use self dot salary here as well. and here I have to self.salary as well. Now if I will run this, then it will not show me any error, and here you can see that Rakesh Kumar, your salary is 25,000 is good. Joseph, your salary is 25,000 is good. So you have to always associate with self keyword when you will pass the value from the init method to any method. Okay, so you have to pass value, but what you must be thinking that what if I create a global variable. Okay, now let's remove salary from here, self.salary from here. Okay, and here I will create a global variable. Let's say salary is equal to 25,000. Okay, and now I want to access this salary here and here as well. So you must be wondering whether I can do this or not. So you can do this. Okay, let's run this again. It will show me error because the salary is not defined. Even there you are already saying that it is creating a global variable, but it is not global unless it is associated with class C. When you will create anything in the classes, it is always about the classes, so you cannot easily access that. You have to use this salary always with the classes. So now if I want to access the salary, I have to enclose this with the I have to associate this with the employee object. So now I will say classes. So if you want to access the salary, I will say that employee salary, employee.salary. Now it will able to access this. And now if I want to print, I will say employee.salary, and here I will say employee.salary, and now it will not show me any error. And even when you will change this value, let's say I want to change this value to 18,000. Okay, let's not create two employee, let's remove one employee, because you all understand that if you can do one thing on one object, you can do the similar thing into second or third or fourth or any object, any number of objects. So okay, so it's not a big deal. So let's run this and let's see. Joseph, your salary 18,000 is not is good. Okay, 87 is greater than 37, so it is good. So here you can see that if you have to use a global variable, so you have to always associate it that with classes. So when you will remove this, it will show you error. So now you already understand that how you can create variables inside classes, how you can use access, or how you can access that method inside a class, how you can pass some values from the main functions to the methods inside a class. All the basic things, if you will practice these things, you have already understand most of the things of the classes, like how classes works. Okay, so I don't think that there is much things left here. You already understand that how constructor is important. Why constructor is important? Because you don't have to use every time dot when you will create main function. Now in this main function, you will see that whenever I create main function after creating a constructor, so you can say that just simply it is a main function very similar to old version, because I am not using dot name, h1 dot name, h2 dot name, etc. like this thing. Okay, but when you will not use constructor method, so you have to use employee one dot salary, employee one dot like this. Okay, so it is not a good idea to use that. Okay, so now let's say what if you want to create a class and you pass those parameter later. So now let's say that I will not pass any parameter here, and instead of passing parameters here, I will say that employee2 dot employee id. Okay, and then I will say 2, and I will say employee2 dot employee name, and I will say that AR. Now let's run it again and let's see if it is working or not. So here you can see that you cannot do that in the main function. Okay, so you have to always pass these parameters inside this object. Okay, so now what if you will see that I will create a variable. Let's say I will define custom value inside the method already. So let's say I will not pass any value here. Okay, let's not pass any value, just use self, and I will create self dot id will be 4 and self dot name will be always by default AR. Okay, now let's run it and see what it shows. First let's comment this thing and it will show me that 18,000. Okay, now here you will see that AR your salary is good. Okay, you will see this output. So let's run it again, and here you can see that AR your salary 18,000 is good. Okay, now what if you want to change that value from the main class? So here you can see that I am not passing any parameter, but whether I can access that or not. So here you can see that I am here employee ID is 4, and here I will say 2, and here employee 2 dot name, I will say that name will be different, so I will say Danish. And let's run it again, and here you can see that Danish your salary 80,000 is good. So here you can see that even I am not passed parameters here, I am able to access that value, that that class value from the main functions, and I am able to change that value as well. Okay, so by default here comes the method, this private and public and protected methods, and protected attributes, etc. So these are the naming convention which will. So here you can see that I have defined that name inside the classes. I am able to change that. So how I am able to then change that? What if you want to create a default value? By default that it will always be AR, no matter, you will not be able to change that in from the main function. So here you can see you can use those private or class, private or public or protected. So in Python it is not provided any keyword, so you can use you can do different naming conventions. So whether you want to keep it protected, so you can just use single keyword, single underscore. Okay, and if you want to keep it private, so you can use double underscore keyword. So these are other things which I will show you in the next video. So you will see that how you can use all this as well. But here I already showed you that how you can use these variables, how you can change that attributes of methods from the main function. So you already understand most of the thing about the main function. Now one thing which is left here, let's see what I have already told you. I have already told you self keyword, attribute keyword, how you can use custom classes, custom method. Okay, and you can, let's say one more function. It is not necessary to do one method as well. You can do different method, just like your main function, just like creating functions, main functions, just like we were creating programs in main functions, where it is no different in the class. Just associate keyword self with that, and just know how you can access those value, and it will be very good to go. You can easily define all the thing, you can do all the thing which you are doing in the main function with the classes as well. So now let's say that whether you want to create another method, okay, and whether you want to check that whether name is less than or name is equal to AR Danish, or AR Danish is present or not, you can do that as well. Okay, so now let's say check name. Okay, now here I will pass few parameters, and here I will say that if you can do all the thing, okay, whatever you want. So I will say if self dot employee name, not name, self dot employee name dot length. I want to check that if that length of the name is greater than 8, then it is a good name, otherwise it is a bad name. Or less than 8, then it is a good name, otherwise it is not. So I will say that self dot employee name. Even you can store this value in another variable. So let's say I want to access, so I will say that names or name1 is equal to self employee. Now this value is here. Okay, name1 has a copy of this self dot employee name. So here self employee name is defined as AR, so AR is in name1 as well. Even if you will print this, so you will see that it will print AR. Let me show you first that whether it is AR or not. So I will say print name1, or here I will now access this. So I will say employee2 and dot check name. Okay, let's run this again, and I will not change here any employee ID or name. So I will remove that, and let's run it again, and you can AR your salary 18,000 is good, and AR I can see that I am able to access this name as well. So now I want to check that if the name length is less than 8. So I will say that if length of name1 is greater than, less than 8, if name is less than 8, then it is a good name. So I will say print, wow, you have a good name. Okay, and what if you want else? I will say that, okay, I will not say that your bad name, because it will sound not good. So I will say that instead I will say that your name should be short. Okay, and let's run it again, and ref pass. Now I will change this employee to name only. I will not change the ID value, I will only change name. So I will say that emp dot emp name is equal to blah blah blah. So I will say that Rakesh Kumar Rao. Okay, it is already greater than Rakesh Kumar is already greater than 8, so you don't write Rao. Okay, let's say Rakesh Kumar, and now when I will run, so you can see that Rakesh Kumar is salary, it is not good, your name should be short. Okay, but what if you will say that your name is Kabya? So when you will run this, you will see that wow, you have a good name. Okay, so this is the thing, these are the things you need to keep in mind when you will work with classes. So I will understand most of the things, like how you can create classes, how you can use access multiple method. Okay, you whenever you want to use second method, I want to remove employee method, you want to only use this, and you want to only access or change the value of employee name, but you don't want to keep the ID same, so you can even do that. Okay, and whether you want to print ID, so you can even do that. Okay, here you can see that self.id. Let's say I will say that wow ID4. Okay, not like this, I will say that wow ID4. Okay, self.id emp id. Okay, and said wow 4 you have a good name, or even I will say that wow ID4 employee ID4 you have a good name. Okay, and let's run it again. Okay, here you can see that wow employee ID4 you have a good name, and when you want to change that ID, so you can even do that. Employee ID emp2 dot employee ID is equal to 2. Okay, now you will say that wow employee ID2 you have a good name, even you can print name, I already showed you. So these are the things, these are the methods and attributes and all the thing what the classes, like how you can define class, how you can create a class, create a variables inside the class, how you can access those methods. So in the next video I will show you all the problems, like how problems you will face general problem when you will be asked about classes, like create a class of employee where you have to check employee ID, employee name, whether you have to check whether a professor is present or not, whether a class student is present or not, whose class marks are greater than this or this, all the things, all the complex problems I will show in the next video. Okay, first you have to understand all the logics about the classes I already showed you, so you have to prepare all these things, you have to run this program again and again to understand all these concepts, like wow how we can pass the variables. As I've told you that it is very necessary, people generally know that how they can create a class, how they can create a method, but they don't know how they can access those values inside a main function. Okay, so this is the general convention you have to keep, and I'm not showing those private or public method because you will get confused, and in most of general programming, when you will be given any task or any programming problems to solve, so it will not be asked like you have to create a global variable, you have to create a public variables or private method. It is only used for abstractions, etc. So it is a very high concept, so it will not be required for you all. So you, after understanding these logics, you will be able to solve all the general basic programming questions which will be related to classes. Okay, now let's see one thing I am missing here. I have told you that I will show you how you can document the class, so you can document the class as well. Let's see how you can document a class. Okay, so you can document a class using string literal, which is the first line of the in class is known as defining a class, like why is this class for, so people can get an idea why you have created this class. So I will say that I want to give a definition to this class, so I will say the class for employee checking whether they have a good salary or not for checking it. I will define this in the method. I will say that a class for employee to get an overview of that employee. Okay, this will be the definition, and even you can create a constructor, so you can define here creating constructor, and I will show you how you can use this classes as well. So if you want to know about testing, like how you can test this method and class, so I will show you also that how you can use doc test in the another video. You can comment down below and I will show you how you can do that. Okay, and here I will say that in the check method, so I will say that checking salary method to check if salary is good or not. Okay, and here I will say the check name, so here I will say that in the checking name whether they have a short name or not. Okay, so now let's run this again, but so output will be the same, but now you have let's say change this class to employee check let's just change this class name to employee check. I will not be creating any classes, so let's say I will not be creating any object. You can do that object, but it will take me time to write all those things, so I will just simply remove all these things. Okay, I will show you how you can also create object using this class. So just I will simply define this class. Now you can see that I have created class employee check. Now what if you want to know how people will see about the definition of this class? So now when you will run this help method, so I will say help, and then you will give the name of the class. So I will say that employee check it is, so I will say employee check, and let's print this here, and when you will see help employee check, so now you can see all the definition which you have written for the your class. Okay, so I will say that a class for employee to get an overview of that employee. Here you can see that, and you can see that method defined here in the init method. I have creating constructor. Okay, so you can see that creating constructor. Okay, and here you can see that check name self. Here I can, it is already giving the method name, and here you can see that checking name whether they have short name or not. Check salary, checking salary method whether you have not, and dictionary, and here these are the things. Okay, and here you can see that date and other attributes defined here. So here you can see that attribute salary is defined to 18,000, which is a global method. So here you can see that global method, and when you will remove this, let's create another method, and here I will also create an object just to remove your confusion. So here I will also get object employee2 is equal to employee check and employee check, and here I don't have to pass any parameters. As you can see that it is already defining values for the people, so you don't have to, by default value is already provided, but if you want to change value you can do that by using the previous method. You can even pass the attributes directly from your name or whatever you want to. So I'm not going to do all these things again and again, so you just have to understand the previous logic. Okay, now let's say I want to check salary, and I want to check employee2 dot check name. Okay, and you must be wondering that whether it will take values from the previous input. So even I will change name to employee23, just like so. You don't have to, don't think that it is accessing values from previous method. So it is only accessing from this class only. Now let's run this again. So output will be the same. Here you can see that your salary is 18,000. Okay, wanted to change the salary to 18,000. Oops. Okay, so here you can see that data and other attributes. When I will see the documentation of the class, it will be removed. So here I'm not creating salary, and where I'm using salary, so here you can see employee salary. So here I will define a value salary is equal to 13,000, 14,000, whatever. Okay, and here remove salary is greater than, so we will say salary and salary. Okay, now let's run this again, and here you can see that here your salary 14,000 is good. Wow, employee ID 4, you have a good name. Okay, and now when you will see the documentation of this class, let's give the class name as well, so you don't think that it is from the previous classes. So again I will change that to 2. Okay, now let's check help and employee 2. So help is used for checking documentation of the class. Okay, you must have been familiar with that. Otherwise, if you don't know, you can check documentation of any class. I have defining classes, and here you will see that I have not any attributes, global attributes. So here it is not showing any attribute has been gone. Just like in the above, you will be saying that data and other attributes defined here, and here you can see that data is gone. Okay, so you can do that, and using help keyword you can even see the documentation of all these classes. Like let's say I want to check print. Okay, so help print I will say, and here you can see the print method, what print does do. Okay, so print the value to the stream. These are the defined here. Okay, in the documentation of the class. So you can even check help str. Okay, and here you can see the str class, how these are defined. So you can check all the methods which are defined or inside the classes. So and you can even document your classes manually, which I already showed you. So these are the basic things of the class which you should know when you will be working with the classes. You must have familiar with all these attributes, all these methods, like how this concept works. So if you will be familiar with all these concepts, I'm sure that you will be able to solve any of the programming questions on basics programming. Not very tough, because it will be also most of the time I even don't able to solve those problems, but in basic examples, just like in for examination interviews, that's like TCS, that's like Google, or you can say that Facebook. In this type of most of the questions, not every question, but most of the questions for the engineering level, you will be able to solve that question, I can say that. Okay, so if you will prepare all these things very good way, you learned all these concepts, all these logic, so then you will be able to clear all the basic interviews exam. Even most of the MNC companies problem solving, because they hire most of companies hire on the problem solving skills. So if you will able to solve that problem, so you can definitely get a chance for an interview. So this is the main thing about the class. Is not about, I'm not guaranteeing you for clearing all the exams. Okay, so just for the programming purpose, I'm said if you will get a question on the classes, so you will be able to solve that. If you will understand all these ideas and method which I have shared with you, so you must have understand most of the thing, how you can define, how you can access those attributes. And even in the next video, if you want, then I will show you that how you can create public variables, public method, and how you can use class, how you can protected method create. So you will only be able to access from the inside the class method, or you can change a specific attributes from the main function only. So these are the other things which I will show you about the class. Even I will show you that how you can use inheritance, like when you will use accessing all the methods and attributes from the another classes. It is just like parent and child, which you are already familiar with. If you don't know that, you can check my basic tutorials, which will be link will be given in the I button, so you can even do that. It will be high level, and I will also show you high level programming, function programming. So whether if you want to work with the function, so I will also show you that how you can work with high level function. It's not just simple function can return even a function can return entire function, or the most of function will be function is also very complex. Functional programming is very important also. So if you want to create functions and create high level functions, I will also show you that as well in the next video. And I will also show you how you can use data abstraction logic, like how data abstraction logic works. That are all the high concept I will be discussing in these tutorials, in this playlist. I will not be covering any best example, which I already told you. So I will recommend you to watch or get familiar with my previous link of videos tutorials which I already made. So from there I have already start from the basics, from the scratch, so you can learn that easily. But if you want to learn all these concepts, very high level concepts, so you have to first get familiar with all those questions, because I will not be covering all these topics in one video. It is only for people who are very good, not very good, who are familiar with programming. Okay, they can learn all these things. So that's all for this video. If you like this video, if it was a helpful video for you, then you can definitely press the like button. And if you are new here, I will recommend you to watch all the other videos which are available on the channel. And if you have still not subscribed to my channel, then I will ask you to subscribe the channel, so you can get notified whenever I upload my new videos, so you can easily keep track of my videos and get updated with the content. Okay, that's all for this video. Bye guys, see you in the next one.